Okay, so now we're switching to Byleth, the last fighter in Fighter Pass 1. And yes, I've chosen the Edelgard color, that's my favorite. There's a lot of things to cover about this fighters, both my personal thoughts as well as the general reception of this character, so we're just gonna jump right into it. So to get it out of the way so I can just start literally like fan talking, I guess, about the character is when this character was originally announced, there was a lot of controversy. And to me, I think there are two factors about this. So the first one is a core reason this character was added was kind of just to promote the character itself. Because Three Houses was quite successful, despite, everyone not liking another Fire Emblem character in the game. It's kind of similar to the Corrin situation back in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U. That technically they wanted to promote Three Houses, or at least in my opinion, and that's why this character was added. And why this had a fair amount of controversy, as far as I understand, was this character, technically people thought it just wasted a character slot, because they could have added anyone else than another Fire Emblem character. And that's another I guess criticism, or what people disliked, was that as another Fire Emblem character. People said or believed that Fire Emblem was being overly represented in the game. Because again, the Nintendo could have chosen to added a different character from a different franchise that's being underrepresented, let's say Metroid or Star Fox or something like that. And if I can remember, technically the Fire Emblem representation is equal or just as near to Pokemon. And remember, in my opinion, at the end of the day, it is a first-party IP. So they can add whichever characters they want. And I think another controversy, or something that people didn't really consider, is they did announce that when these DLC fighters were being developed, it was mostly Nintendo's, or the higher-ups, or executives, whatever, Masahiro Sakurai's superiors, that decided on the roster since the, let's say, Fighters Pass was being developed. So, yes, even though Masahiro Sakurai did had some say in it, at the end, it was still the executive's decision to include whichever characters they wanted. So again, with all those factors in mind, people still gave death threats to the developers. They had really strong negative feelings toward the character in games. It's just, really, to me, this is quite sad, because in my opinion, the character is actually really nice, as well as representing Three Houses, which was extremely successful. Was extremely successful. In my opinion, it did deserve a representation. Maybe not in this game, maybe in the next game, but it still deserves some sort of appreciation that it was a extremely successful Fire Emblem game similar to Awakening. Alright, I think I kind of just glossed over that. So now, some personal thoughts on this character's inclusion. So obviously I was in the minority that actually did like this character's inclusion. Because I really like Three Houses. It's one of my personal top favorite Fire Emblem games. So when I saw this character being announced, it was quite a wonderful surprise. But I also knew that it was going to have a lot of controversy with it, as I have already mentioned. But yeah, I was personally excited. And I guess another slight controversy I forgot to mention was that it's another sword fighter. But as you can see, it's more mixed. Yeah, it's more mixed, and so to me they play really well balanced. I think I'll do that fighter later. And yeah, I just really enjoyed Three Houses, and I can rant about Three Houses for this entire portion that I'm playing as Byleth, but I think it's better just to maybe just focus on the character in the game. So, I guess to kind of express my at least personal experience with Three Houses, just to briefly gloss over that, so you kind of know where I stand with it. Is that I sided with Edelgard, which even in that in itself is a, I wouldn't say hot take, but Edelgard technically has a little bit of a poor reputation among the community. But regardless, oops, kinda fastball there. But regardless, I sided with Edelgard from the beginning, and I don't regret that decision. Though my personal criticism is that route was too short. But anyway, yeah, so I can say that I do like the Black Eagles, but I do appreciate the other routes. As another side note, or maybe something worth noting, is I have played every route and technically replayed the Black Eagles, because I guess I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but I'm saying it anyway, that I actually almost have every support conversation unlocked, especially with the marriages with the main character or with Byleth. So at the very least, I will say that for the female Byleth, I have every support conversation complete, and I just need to finish the male counterpart. Because I did play through the game as male, and I also didn't know about how to get a lot of the marriages in that route. I don't want to mention spoilers, but yeah. So let me think. Yeah, other than that, I really like Three Houses. And now to kind of talk about the character in this game. I think I have mentioned many times before that I really like Byleth's kit or moveset in this game. It's well balanced for me because I like to play aggressively, and I appreciate that this character is somewhat of a heavy hitter, but has range and moves that feel like it has a nice impact to it. So it's a nice balance of hard-hitting moves and moves that could string into combos. Okay, I'll go to the next area. Okay. I think the only issue I have with Byleth's inclusion in this game is I feel like they didn't put as much, let's say, care and effort as the other third-party DLCs. And here I'm going to explain, or kind of try to elaborate. So, and I also forgot it was reverse controls. But so here's what I think, or this is the reason why I believe they didn't put much effort. It's because, for example, if you compare to the previous DLC fighter, Terry, they did a really nice gesture where they included a lot of cameos from King of Fighters, and I think that was a really nice touch. But for Byleth's inclusion in their stage, in their stage for Garrick Mog Monastery, you notice that they only put a select few characters in the background. Now, I'm not a game programmer or designer, so I don't know how much effort it actually does take, but I still find it a little bothersome that okay, so I think I'm just gonna put on the spirit just so I can concentrate on talking. But as I was saying, there was only a select few, and they could have done something similar to the Terry's stage, or King of Fighters stage, sorry. Okay, I didn't put on a support spirit to help with this, but anyway. They could have put at least the entire house, students in each house when they appeared in the stage. And that's what bothered me, is that they could have, but they didn't. And I don't know the reasons why, because maybe like they knew maybe that this would have received controversy or something like that. But it is a little disappointing or a little sad in my eyes that happened, because you would question why did they make that decision when they put so much effort for the other, again, third-party DLCs and then not their own. And yeah, so that's about it. So I guess now we can just concentrate on the fights now, because for these last few minutes I wasn't really paying attention. But I really do have a lot to say about Byleth. So also now we're mentioning that technically this entire, as a fighter pass, Byleth is my definite favorite. And I actually can also say I do main Byleth. As I've said many times, I just really love the balancing. I don't know how much I could show that in, let's say, this series, because spirit battles are really different from normal 1v1s. But I'll try my best to at least show. Wow. Just to try to showcase that. And there we go, see. So again, I don't really know why he really didn't at least try to put more representation of the characters. Did 80. Okay, there's no point I'm doing that now, but just wanted to. Okay, I want to use my bow, so I just want to use this now. Okay, so now I think I can concentrate on beating this.
Ready? Go!
I didn't expect Lucas to be this difficult. No, I also technically main Lucas in Brawl. I did prefer Lucas over Ness. But yeah, again, I didn't expect Lucas to be this strong. But I think in terms of computer level, it's... I think it's like level 6. Man, his knockback is really good in this CPU fight. Oh, being turned around. I think this might KO. I guess not. I'm not really getting good shots. At least Byleth has a very good recovery. Alright. got Min Min, but this is before Min Min's actual inclusion in the game. I'm not gonna really go too deep into talking about Min Min or ARMS yet, just because they're gonna be the next fighter anyway. So I'll just simply say their inclusion in the second Fighter's Pass was a surprise. People thought it would be Springman. So notice that my damage output's really weak. Yeah, luckily they can't recover that well. Let's see. I forgot where this one goes. I think it might go to the other side of the cave for another character. Okay, so yeah, let's just quickly unlock Isabelle now. Yeah, I think I ranted about Byleth long enough. I managed to talk for more than 20 minutes about that. I think I could have gone longer, but you know. Wow. But yeah, now let's just concentrate on finishing this. I really am excited to play Byleth now. This feels like a nice change of pace after playing a lot of characters from the DLC Fighters Pass that I'm not used to. Because again, characters like, like Banjo, Joker, Hero, Terry. I should have said them in order. Some of them I wasn't really too, let's say, proficient at, so I did struggle trying to, I guess, just play through them during this series. But I still hope that it was at least entertaining to watch, even if I wasn't really too proficient with these characters. I hope that it was at least enjoyable. Because, as I mentioned at the very beginning, or somewhere near the beginning, I'm just a casual player. A lot of these challenges could have been done really well by professional players or more proficient players, but you know, I'm a little rusty at this game, and I also just play this game for fun. I don't play it like all day, every day. So kind of just have to deal with what you can do. I think now that I've been talking so much, my voice is starting to go hoarse. So I don't really talk much, so because I just have to get used to it. Anyway, this one's just a simple multi-man battle. Yeah, Byleth isn't, or I mean, multi-man battles is just hard in general. And then with the buffers, it also makes things hard too. Okay, I was hoping I could have made it to the train. Especially when recording, when there's a bit of additional buffer. But again, that's fine. I think I can just handle it. It's just a matter of good spacing. Although something like this, I'm so cornered. Yeah. You know, this one is not even that hard, it's just, again, multi-man battles is extremely difficult when they're all aggressive and can't really do much about it.
Ready? Go!
See, it's like I'm getting juggled. My moves don't come out. Buffer. Like I didn't need to spot dodge there. Yeah, I don't know why my neutral air did not really connect, but it's okay. Yeah, so let's give it one more try and then equip a spirit.
Ready? Go!
Well, it really is surprising how much equipping a spirit changes the balance of this challenge. Like it affects how much their damage output is, your damage output. And if I don't put any support spirits, it still makes a big difference. Because you can see I'm getting tossed around. Hardly doing any damage at all. Okay, I'm still gonna not make it. Oh, never mind. Their knockback, my knockback. It's just interesting thing to note. And we're gonna see it right now.
Ready? Go!
See, like they only did 18%. I think if it was no spirit, that would have done much more damage. Like maybe 40. Yeah, I'm still getting juggled, so I mean, at the very least, we kind of balanced out the damage output and such. But yeah, because Byleth is slow, it is going to be a fair struggle just to even get moves out. See, like, I got hit by that up special, like spamming. Okay, so I finally got like a clean hit. Missed that. Well, at least we got that done.
Ready? Go!
Apparently they shield a lot. Okay, really? I'm not shielding enough. If I got killed by that, I'd be so sad. But yeah, Byleth does have a decent amount of shield breakers, or shield breaking moves. So I could have tried doing that. But it seems like the computer player was smart enough not to shield too much. So again, here's another dojo. Now I was quickly wondering if it's worth... I think I'll do this first then, the Light Temple.